The late great Willie Stanton had a knack of digging and certain sites, and then other people coming on and finding yet more. Grebe is one such site. It's over at Blackmore in the Charterhouse, relatively close to Upper Flood. Really don't want to link it to that. I don't think it will. I think it's got its own story to tell. If you're not familiar with the area, it's all old lead-mined region. We know from laser ablation studies done by Don McFarlane and Joyce Lundgren at Keck University that it's actually, the lead mining goes back to the Neolithic, and we've got 3 spikes. So it's a piece of work that's done relatively recently published, so we know that it was mined for thousands of years. Do you know yet? What do you want to do? Jarrett photos. Yes, it does. So, I'm not going to talk for very long, unless you want me to. What it boils down to is I've managed to cajole lots of faces I recognise in this room into coming along. I've called it a brief talk about the insanity of digging. I've managed to get about 70 people to come along. Most of them only came once. I've got a team, quite a few. You'll see their faces in a moment. My A team. We've turned it into a curry delivery mechanism. So we go digging now and have a curry afterwards. Let's try and keep the morale going. 295 digging trips so far over a period of 5 years. We're averaging about 60 trips a year. And we've found precisely nothing to report other than mud. And this is just this is Andy Goretzky, a bit of a selfie on the approach wallow. This is really not doing my cause much in terms of getting fellow converts to come along, because it's like this all the way through. This is another one of my amazing A-teams. This is Steve Culverwell. He's the longest standing assistant. You can see we've got a neat approach to keeping the dig area well organised in terms of buckets. We're using buckets to make cement, because the nightmare with Grebe is that all the spoil has to be man-handled or woman-handled. And at the moment, from the pointy end, the drafting abode of Abaddon, it requires a team really of about 8 or 9 people. And I'm just not going to get 8 or 9 people to go to the cave. So rather than bringing the stuff out, what we're doing is making it small, finding areas, and we're actually bringing cement in and cementing the spoil and the rocks into nooks and crevices, because that's far easier to take stuff in and cement it than it is to try and bring stuff out. So hence that. This is the approach, again, selfie from Andy Goretzky, giving an idea of the mud. It's not too bad there, because you can actually see that his suit is yellow. Normally you don't get it, it just ends up being sort of brown coloured photos. All that. So that's the approach to one of the digging areas. If you see some of the shoring, again, this is a technique of digging out rifts, putting the scaffolding in, and then packing out, building up to the scaffolding, so we can lose spoil that way, so we can yet still retain access. So we're trying to do it for the long term. We're trying to use a minimal amount of scaffolding and a maximum amount of brickwork and cement, well, not bricks, but rock and cement. So this is one of the pointy ends. There are 2 pointy ends in the cave at the moment. One is Addition, which is the new dig I began about a year ago. We needed to break away from Abode of Abaddon because it was just desperately hard work, and the war of attrition was losing assistance. So I started a second dig site. The cave is effectively, and I'm not a professional geologist here, but Grebe appears to follow 2 significant rift features. I believe that at least one of them might be a Neptunian dike, but don't ask me what that is in proper terms, because I don't really know. But effectively, we got at the end of both of these rifts, we got one dig as Perdition, and the other dig is the Abode of Abaddon. That's the Abode of Abaddon. This is me filming Andy going through, and through there we have a draft. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. We go there and it'll be really, really drafty. You feel it in your face. Use the magic smoke and it all looks good. And then other times we go, there's no draft at all. Obviously you'd be there for about 5 minutes, and all the heat pouring off you creates a nice convection draft. And we've got to sort of check between the two. You've got go there and it's drafty doesn't mean it's not us. But sometimes you go there, the first thing you do, stay still, do the smoke, and it just comes at you. When we're doing some of the bangs, if we're just using a det or a very small amount of cord, we don't need to go away. It just instantly will clear, so you can pretty much work the place. Very, very cold, always has been, fresh as you like, and I think my favourite quote was from, I think it was you, Mr. Chipelis. You said, oh, your draft down here is better than the draft we had when we were digging reservoir. Indeed, so check it go from one. That's the view from the other side, so that's Andy's feet, that's Andy's head. This is a selfie. This is the echoing spacious halls of the end of the Garden of Earthly Delights, which for those of you who know your art will know that the medieval artist Romulus Bosch painted this triptych called the Garden of Earthly Delights. I named it that because we used a Bosch drill to basically create the work of Bosch. This is the approach to Perdition. Perdition is the other dig. Used one of these ladders to get across this pit, and we're just digging straight across the other side. And it's all dug out fill, soft as you like, solid walls. And as we're digging the fill out, we're actually digging out really, really chunky, the size of your thigh, stalagmites which are in the fill. So they've come from somewhere, I don't know where. And I've got, hopefully, going to get one of those dated blind glasses from America at some point. So this is the climb down, jumping from one bit to another. This is climb down to this is the Garden of Earthly Delights, the descent shaft. The stats, which thank you very much indeed to John DeCasto, that man there. He's done a lot of the news surveying, so I've actually got some figures unlike previous years. I can tell you that the cave is now 70 metres longer than when Willie Stanton left it, and we put 8.5 metres depth on it, so the cave is now 64.5 metres deep, which is deeper than the bottom of the water wheel. Altogether though, length of passage in 5 years is 70 metres, which is all the more reason to say well done to Anne Close, 309. So, Garden of Earthly Delights, 37.5 metres in total, and Perdition went quite quick, so for a year in Grebe we got 32.5 metres. To put it in perspective, this dig in a 1 year period yielded us 2 metres of passage. This is the other amazing chap. This is Michael Perryman, who's been helping us. He came up to me last week and said, "Oh, Chris, I've got to do it quick. I've got to learn how to use a disto and a PDA. Can you do me like a 5-minute ready reckoner on how to survey?" I said, "No, it's far too complicated for me. I need to talk to someone else." "Why do you need to learn surveying, Michael?" He said, "I've got this other digging team I help with, and we found 400 metres of passage, and I've got to go and survey it." So he was on the Ogof Maros dig in South Wales. So he's an interloper. He's got the dig where he's actually helping us, and he's actually finding stuff for the other people. So hence the smile. That's me in my hole. This is airless. This is the present end of Perdition. So we're not pushing this every week. You go there, it doesn't clear, but it's got great prospects because it's going into blank hillside, and we're kind of heading into an area where historically we know from the ancient the mining stuff from the Mennicles Mining Corporation that Stonesby's shaft, which went to depth of 105 metres straight down, Cornish miners did an amazing job because they were getting paid by depth, not by discovery. So they just dug a huge, great deep hole, put some adits in. One of the adits, which they put in at a depth of about 50 metres or thereabouts, went horizontally and intercepted void, which was of course no use to anyone because they were there to find mineral wealth. That went on record. Tom Harrison from the MCG has done some work to try and locate where that void is, and this is kind of heading towards it. We could intercept that at any time, but we're having to actually excavate the spoil from there. But the good news is that's really easy compared to the other dig sites. So Perdition is still ongoing, but the air in there craps out quite quickly. So it's relatively air, so we can't be there every week. But I like this dig a lot because it's so easy to work at. The Baden is great because the air is fresh, but it's a nightmare moving the spoil out. Graham's coming back and putting a charge in, so that technique's being used to great effect. Perdition is this one here. So we're going straight line into somewhere or nowhere. And the Baden is down on the approach to Seventh Estate and Ruffle, where Willie was digging down here. We branch off before you get to that bit. We're actually digging straight down there. We're going in underneath this, and we're actually heading kind of probably about here at the moment, but significantly deeper than that. So that's that, and I've got a little bit of film. If have I got 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Just so, because photos are one thing, but if you want to get the true sense of what the place is like and the joy you're missing out on, I know you
really want to show this.
You really need to see this.
You really want to show this.
The mud. No. Go back to Jarrett photos, please, Mark. It's the mud one.
Mud at the bottom.
Okay. There is some mud down there. Go full screen again.
wanna sing.